In this video, I will enable Security Hub, Inspector and Inspector in my landing zone. I would also try to enable Messi. So my security baseline is set up for the landing zone. Let me first briefly understand what is Security Hub. It 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 is a findings aggregation. It aggregates findings from from guard duty, inspector, Messi, config, and IAM access analyzer into one place. Let's understand more about what is it aggregation and how will this help. Okay, so think of Security Hub as a single security dashboard for AWS. Without the Security Hub, you might have to need to manage or monitor guard duty for security findings, inspector for vulnerability findings, Messi for sensitive data findings, config for compliance findings, and IAM access analyzers for permissions findings. But with the security hub, all these security hub collects, that means aggregates all these findings from all these services and displays in one place. And and maybe if you want to understand what each service contributes, guard duty does the threat detection, inspector is a vulnerability management, we already discussed, Messi sensitive data discovery, AWS config compliance violations, IAM access analyzer permissions risks are identified. So let's see real world example. Suppose an EC2 server is compromised. What guard duty says? Guard duty says EC2 instance communicating with malware domain. Inspector says Apache critical Apache vulnerability exists. Config says installed instance security guard allows SSH from anywhere. Security Hub shows all these findings together. It will help us to find out the root cause. Maybe in the above example, what is the root cause? Config security group is allowing SSH from anywhere is the root cause. Because this is enabled, critical Apache vulnerability has entered, and EC2 instance start communicating with malware domain. So this is how, because all the events from all the security services are correlated, will get a bird view, or not bird view but detailed view of the what's going on across all the services across the organization. We'll be able to find out the root cause. So apart from that, like it provides a centralized visibility, prioritization, it provides a correlation. I think we thought I explained about the correlation. So if we have a malware, then what is that vulnerability which is related to that malware and why it is happened? So all this correlation we can see, and also provides compliance reporting. Maybe there is some simple analogy. Let's go through it. Maybe I'll get better idea. Okay, so in the analogy, we are imagining a hospital. Guard duty detects attacks, security camera. Inspector finds weakness, health checkup. Macy finds sensitive data, data auditor. Config checks policy compliance, compliance officer, access analyzer, reviews permissions, access auditor. Security hub is a central control room. Security hub is a central control room. The security hub. itself doesn't perform most scans. It collects and organizes results from other security services. This is an important point. It is just a hub. It collects and organizes the results from other security services. It itself will not perform security scans. That's the understanding of security hub. Now let me go ahead and enable this. I think it would be same easy like guard duty. Let me go ahead and do it. I'm in the console. I'll search for security hub. Yep, it is like similar to guard duty. Yeah, and there is another important thing. Previously it was security hub. Now it is named as a security hub CSPM. Okay, let's get started. You can see the pricing also, but for now we have 130 days free trial. Let's get started. Okay, here we are doing same delegating administrator account. Here AWS account number, similar to what I did with guard duty. Uh, but in your organization, let's say if you have a security OU separately, you have to get that account number of the security OU. This is delegated administrator policy. In this, if you select the updated delegated policy for me, AWS will update delegation policy with the required policy statements. You can review the policy statement below. This is kind of a ready-made policy statement. You can go through and see uh, what all required policy statements. But if you want to have a different customized policy statement, you can choose this. Okay, but I'll go with the first option just to make it simple. Unless I have a requirement to do a customize, I would not. Confirm that I have reviewed a policy and understand permissions it grant. Maybe in the production environment I am doing, I should go through all of this and understand, and then take action if required, make modifications. And turn on security hub for your account. The delegated administrator can override this section. I'm enabling the security hub for my account. Okay, so now security hub CSPM is enabled, and you can see the thread summary, exposure summary, all of that. Once we have the workloads added, we will see some data. But for now, since this we are setting up landing zone, not no devices or workloads not yet uh, installed or deployed, we'll see all blank for now. So maybe let's see some more settings to see what else we can do after we enable. Oh, it is still going on. Okay, let's wait for it. Configure security hub delegating administrator for. Okay, so let's see. It is going on. Uh, but let's see if there are any other settings. I think it is a Defender XDR equivalent service. Looks like. Yeah, of course. SIEM and Defender XDR. There is a small thing here. Fail to configure delegated administrator for Security Hub. You cannot register management account or yourself as a delegated administrator for your organization. Okay. Okay, then what I have to do, I have to go over other account. Hmm. I'm back in my organization. So as per my original plan, I wanted to enable all security services into security account. Let's do that. I'm back in security hub. On the delegated administrator, I am giving the security account inform details. Now let's see. Okay, so it is now configured. Delegate your delegated administrator missing required permissions to. Okay, you create a policy. Again, there is a pre-existing policy. I would use it. Again, we have an account coverage setting here. I think it is the same. Like if you want to enable coverage for all the accounts, this is where we come and enable coverage. I would come back on this because I have to configure inspector and other services. After that, I'll come and see the coverage. But for now, if you want to see like in the security hub, these are the threats, uh, and you have exposure, everything we can see here. You can see the vulnerabilities. Okay, so once we have the workloads and once they are starting generating logs and telemetry, you'll be able to see the information. But for now, since we are setting up landing zone, it's setting up the base. Obviously, we will not see all of those. Here we can see all the findings, correlated findings. Okay, okay. We still have some findings. Okay, so these are config related findings. Like if it seems we don't have a best practices NA configurations, so all of them are already there. Like should enable to use service linked role. So all of this we can go through and analyze and configure and fix. Okay, fine, good. So these are the critical findings. We can go ahead and see the relevance to our organization and enable. Okay, this is relevant. A root user key should not be exist. Ideally, it should be revoked, but since this is a test environment, I did not do that. Same thing, hardware MFA probably in real world, real world or in the real corporates should be enabling hardware MFA. All these are critical recommendations. It's good. Let's see. But for now, I'm closing it. I'll go with the next one. Like security hub is enabled, like inspector and Macy in next videos.